So this is our 5-foot long Hampton-D lean-to mini greenhouse. It's 5 foot, 1.51 meters long and 77 centimeters deep. So it's the deeper of the models that we do. It's designed to go against a wall or a sturdy fence. If you haven't got a wall or a fence, then we do the same model but with a glass back. You can have a look at the link below for that one. The framework is architectural aluminium. It's got a 25-year guarantee on it. It's very tough, very solid, and it's held together by stainless steel fixing, so it won't corrode and it won't come apart through the years. The glazing is toughened safety glass, 4mm toughened safety glass in this model. That's the same sort of glazing you're going to get in a house window. The toughening makes the glass stronger, but it also means that if it does break, it shatters into little tiny pieces like a car window. So it's very safe as well as being very strong. And we still glaze in glass because glass is the best material for a greenhouse. It's very strong, which means it will withstand high winds and it will withstand heavy snow loads, but it also traps the heat. So in the early springtime, if the sun is on the greenhouse, then the warmth inside will rise, the sun will be trapped, the heat from the sun will be trapped, it'll warm up in there, and even in February you can achieve 20 degrees Celsius inside the greenhouse, which is really good for bringing on planting more earlier in the year. In fact, we would normally say that you could be at least a month, maybe even 6 weeks ahead of things that are grown outside. So in the springtime it's providing a haven for your seedlings, and in the autumn time it's providing somewhere ideal for overwintering and winter planting. So you can have potatoes in here ready for Christmas. The glass slides, so you've got very good access into the greenhouse, and you've also got very good ventilation. So you can slide the glass right open like this in the summertime. You can even slide open the roof panels to give you extra ventilation when it's very hot. But in the winter time or the early spring, if it's a nice day, you can just open the glass just an inch or so, just to keep the air moving round so that you're not getting disease problems, but still keeping the greenhouse nice and warm. Inside we've got another number of accessories that come with the mini greenhouse. You've got shelving in there for seed trays. You've got a centre staging that can double up as a work area, and then you've also got a watering system as well. And this model has also been fitted with an automatic louver vent. That is an option, but it's a very useful option, and we'll talk about that in a little while. So thinking about the accessories, the shelves are very sturdy. They're designed for seed trays or for larger pots. You've got a whole series of holes in the back legs of the mini greenhouse. So that allows you to change the height of the shelving, and if you don't want to use the shelving, you can drop the shelves down so that they're flat against the back. So you can see the very bottom shelf in this model is flat against the back. So it's out of the way if you've got deeper things. The centre staging is 4mm toughened safety glass. It's very strong, and the reason we're using glass here is to ensure that we're getting light down to the lower levels. If we use wooden slats, then you're going to have permanent shading, and it's going to mean things aren't going to grow down there. But don't worry about the strength of the glass. It is very strong, and we test it with bricks, and we recommend a weight of 25 kilos per sheet of glass. So that's much more than you would ever normally need to use in there. Now, the centre staging is very versatile. In the summertime, what you can do is lift the staging out. So you can just remove the pots, lift out the staging, and then of course you've got the full height available for growing. And if you've put the shelves down, then you've got plenty of volume in here for tomatoes and chilies, so summer cropping, you can do in here. Because you've got quite a depth in this model, you can normally do tomato plants at the back, and then in front you can have chilies and peppers. And you don't have to remove all the staging. If you want to, you can just leave 1 or 2 sheets in there, so you've still got an area for pots and for working at doing your potting up. So the other accessory that's included as standard is the watering system. You've got 2 nozzles on this higher level and 2 nozzles down below the centre staging, and they're linked back by pipe work to the inlet fitting at the end here. You can have the inlet fitting either end, just depending where your water supply is. That's got a snap connector on it, so you just bring your hose to it, turn your tap on for 2 or 3 minutes, and the watering is done. It fills the frame with a gentle mist watering. So it's a really useful feature. If you go away, you can put a timer on it, get it to come on early in the morning, and then the watering is done for you. So if you do go away, the other very useful option is the automatic louver vent. Now the vent will open and close on its own depending on the temperature. So you can leave the frame all closed up, and you've got this little black cylinder here that is filled with a plant oil, and it's black, so it attracts the heat, and what that does is expand. So as the temperature rises inside, the piston pushes down, or the piston expands and opens up the louver vent. So it's completely automatic, you don't have to do anything with it, and in the end of the day, when the temperatures start to drop again, then the springs that we've got here, they close the unit again. So it opens and closes on its own. So very useful, as I say, if you've gone away, but also very useful in the springtime when the sun gets up or rises quite early. You know, at 5 in the morning, the sun might be on this if it's east facing, then the vent will be opening and starting to ventilate while you're still in bed. So ideal for bringing on young and tender plants where you're in a sunnier location. So that's the Access Hampton-D lean-to mini greenhouse. It's an ideal addition to your garden. It allows you to grow so much more in here. Overwintering, you can use it for spring bedding plants, you can use it for summer cropping, and it gives you hours of pleasure.